Capricorn. This is Inspire 2016 with your weekly tarot reading for the week commencing the 24th of August until the 31st of August 2020. The first card for you is representing, how do you feel about yourself? Your card is the King of Swords. You have clarity of mind and can perceive the truth right now, so you must take the lead with providing an objective point of view. You are well positioned to judge your situation appropriately and identify the limiting behaviors that are getting in the way. This is a time when you need to leave emotions out of it, and remain as objective and rational as possible. You may need to reason with others and be quite direct about what you are observing. You may be concerned that you are not being particularly caring or sympathetic, but at this point in time, this detachment is what is needed most. Similarly, the King of Swords encourages you to use your logic and intellect to navigate your path ahead. You will need to get to the heart of the matter, make firm and well-researched decisions, and ensure that you are firm but fair in your dealings with others. You need to be able to take any situation, look at it with total impartiality, and then come to a decision that is both fair and insightful. Oftentimes, the King of Swords represents a professional advisor, such as a solicitor or attorney, financial advisor or taxation consultant. This advisor has a solid reputation and a vast amount of knowledge in his particular field, and will provide you with objective, well-researched advice about your own situation. He is completely impartial, and will draw upon his experience and his innate knowledge of the rules, systems and structures that are in place. He may come across as detached or disinterested in your personal circumstances, unless it relates specifically to the type of advice he is giving you. This is so that he can provide only the most relevant and objective advice to you. He prides himself in his expertise and qualifications, and is likely to charge a high fee for his services. The second card for you is representing, what do you want most right now? Your card is the Five of Cups. What do you want most right now is letting go of the past and learning from your mistakes. This card can often reflect a person who is caught up in the past and unable to move on, missing out on new opportunities. Bitter memories from the past continue to bother you, and often a great deal of the blame for past actions is placed on yourself and your inadequacies. To some it would seem that there is no way out of this situation, but the tarot always shows problems on one hand and solutions on the other. Forgiveness and the ability to recover after emotional loss are necessary. If you are feeling disappointed by another person's actions, and then find it within your heart to forgive that person, releasing yourself from the disappointment. You may also need to reassess your expectations that have led you to this disappointment. Were you expecting too much? Remember, too, that hindsight is much clearer than foresight, and present-day wisdom is gained from the mistakes of the past. Reflect on what led you to this point and understand what important lessons you can take from the experience. Even when things go pear-shaped, there is always something positive that can be gained by reflecting on the lessons learned. While it is true that much has been lost, there is still a ray of hope, because some of the cups in this card remain full and upright. You must not pity yourself when you find yourself in his situation. Instead of looking at the situation from a glass half empty perspective, look at it from a glass half full perspective. The third card for you is representing your fears. Your card is the Two of Swords. You are afraid of making wrong choice and decision. You are really struggling to see what the right choice is, as either option will lead to negative consequences. Lay out the pros and cons of each option that is available to you and weigh up which option will have the most favorable outcome. The Two of Swords may also indicate mental confusion as a result of information overload. You are overwhelmed with other people's points of view and additional, detailed information about what options are available to you. At the end of the day, you are going to have to make a decision, so sift through the advice and the information that is available to select only the most relevant and helpful. The Two of Swords may suggest that you are feeling stuck in the middle of two competing sides. You may be trying to play the peacemaker role, but in doing this you are just confusing yourself and creating more tension. For example, you may be trying to bring two conflicting family members together in the hope of a harmonious family environment, but instead you are finding yourself being the messenger or the dumping ground for each of their concerns. Decide whether or not you truly do have a role to play and whether you can indeed create peace between the two opposing parties. Otherwise, get yourself out of there. The fourth card for you is representing what is going for you. Your card is the Three of Cups. You are open to helping others, which in turn means that others are open to helping you. It is about spending quality time with your loved ones and your friends. It is a very sociable period. You will find a harmonious balance between meeting your commitments and spending quality time with friends and family. This is a great time to let your hair down and indulge yourself a little. You may be particularly drawn to the bar or restaurant scene, indulging in great food, wine and cocktails. You may also be celebrating something special, such as a birth, engagement, wedding, reunion, or birthday. For the moment, even though life's problems go on, you can take time out to forget about the hassles of the everyday world and enjoy the company of your friends and loved ones. Such respites are often needed before and after periods of high stress, to stop you from getting burned out emotionally or physically. When this card appears and you are experiencing a high level of stress, take some time off to recuperate, and gain the support of friends before returning to reality. More broadly, the Three of Cups indicates the end or conclusion of any problems you have been experiencing, particularly those that relate to your interactions with others. A compromise will be found which will serve all the interests of those involved and will allow for a more harmonious environment. You can facilitate this process by bringing about positive change within yourself and changing your attitude and the way you react or deal with what is happening. Treat the situation with compassion and give the benefit of the doubt where possible. The Three of Cups represents community and groups of people coming together to focus on a common goal for the greater good of others. You may find that by reaching out to others and banding together, you can achieve a huge amount in terms of sharing your positive energy and passion with others, benefiting the wider community. It is a sign that you should seek out other people to celebrate your successes along with you. The fifth card for you is representing what is going against you. Your card is the Four of Pentacles. You are afraid of losing money. You are haunted by a fear of poverty that compels you to be materialistic. You are extremely defensive and self-protective materially and emotionally, fearful of opening up and trusting other people. You are very reluctant to spend money and you are keeping a very tight rein on your cash. On the flip side, you may be spending too much money and need to get a better hold of your financial resources. You have spent your time recently focused on career building and material acquisitions, rather than your relationships. This approach to life has been quite successful financially but is very limiting when it comes to connecting authentically with others. You have created a prison for your time and your energy by building up this solid wall of work and financial responsibilities, and will need to release and escape from this to some extent if you want to focus on more personal issues. The important thing to realize is that success in your career is beneficial but only to a point. you may need to examine your life and determine what you can give up, particularly in terms of effort and time put towards work and other similar activities, so that you can have more energy available for developing personal relationships. The Four of Pentacles asks you to loosen your hold on your need for security and stability and step outside your comfort zone. While it will feel a bit shaky at the start, this is an important step in your personal development. The last card for you is representing the likely outcome that you may have. Your card is the Six of Wands. Not only have you succeeded in achieving your goals, you are now being publicly acknowledged for your efforts and your results. You may have recently received an award, public acclaim or acknowledgement from your peers for the work that you have done. It may even be just a pat on the back or getting praise or recognition for your work. You have harnessed your strengths and talents in order to bring about a successful outcome in your endeavors. You have managed to get through the confusion of the Five of Wands, minimizing your distractions, focusing on the task at hand. You have overcome the challenges along the way, and now you are focusing your energies on the one goal that will lead to your success. This is your time to shine and to come out on top. The Six of Wands is such positive encouragement to believe in who you are and your accomplishments so far. Have faith in what you have personally achieved and how this will be received by others. Do not let fear or guilt stand in the way of your success. You ought to feel proud of what you have achieved and not afraid to hold your head up high and feel worthy of others' attention. The Six of Wands focused on creating success and building your personal brand and reputation. You want to be successful at what you do, but at the same time, you want to ensure that others know about it and give you the recognition you deserve. You may need to promote yourself more frequently by sharing your success stories with others and encouraging them to follow a similar journey. If you do not already, you will soon have some great success stories to share within your personal networks. You may even be interested in applying for awards or scholarships in order to build your brand and receive public recognition. Last but not least, the guidance card for you is Organize for Success. The Angels of Abundance have brought you this card to remind you of the importance of organizing your work and living space, as well as your schedule. Disorganization can lead to feeling overwhelmed with normal life activities. It can seem as if your chores and responsibilities are too numerous to keep track of. You may even start to forget important pieces of information and deadlines. This can have a negative effect on your ability to calm yourself, get centered, and visualize. All critical components of manifestation work. Organizing simply means you have a sense of order in your life. This can be as simple as keeping a calendar so that you remember when bills are coming due. Writing a to-do list and then checking off each accomplished task ensures that you'll finish what you start. Once you start to get organized, notice how much clearer your mind feels. Feel the lightness of spirit that will become your new reality. Pay attention to your stress level and how it drops noticeably. If you feel that you are already organized, check in and see if you are excessively organizing, at the expense of allowing. Do you spend most of your time tidying up? Do you feel out of sorts if the slightest thing in your space is off? If so, the Angels of Abundance are reminding you that this is a delay tactic by your ego. It's good to be orderly and streamlined, but not to the point that you don't get any actual work done on the priorities that support your abundance.
I hope that you enjoy everything, and if you like the reading, just please click subscribe and you will get instant notifications every time we publish a new video right to your YouTube. Thanks.